So what is going on, everybody? How is everyone doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Bandai Tamashii Nations SH Figuarts Age of Heroes Exhibition Iron Man. So let's get into it right away and start off with the box. So we do get a basic looking style box for this Age of Heroes Iron Man. We do get the window right there in the front of the box, and on the window in black it says Iron Man Mark III Marvel Age of Heroes Exhibition Color. On the right side we do get a cool image of the Iron Man figure. On the bottom says Marvel, Iron Man, Tamashii Nations, and Bandai. And then here's the bottom of the box there. Just says the same thing as it does on the front, and then the top is the same thing, and then mine is damaged because I bought it from a crappy seller who doesn't know how to pack items correctly. And then here's the one side of the box, and then the other side with a cool image of the figure there. And then the back of it shows a few poses you can get the figure into along with some of the accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure open to take a closer look at this badass armored Iron Man. Already taking a closer detailed look, and I'm digging this repaint a lot. I think Tamashii Nations did an excellent job with it. The gold and black just look great together. And I love the red for the arc reactor and on the eyes and all the small ones all throughout the armor. And this is the Age of Heroes exhibition, the Marvel Now version of Iron Man. And I really loved when he wore this suit. I never read any of the comics when he did wear it, but I remember him seeing like pictures of it and all that stuff. And I really loved the way the gold and the black looked on it with the red for the arc reactor and the eyes and everything. And very clean paintwork on the eyes there, on the red. And also nice paintwork where the gold meets the black. And this is just the Mark III. It is a repaint. So nothing is new with the sculpt, just get new color scheme, of course, the black, gold, and then the red as well. Very nice sculpt work on the helmet there. And then the torso here, I like this part under the neck. I think that looks pretty cool, those pieces. And then the arc reactor, that thing looks awesome. We do get a translucent plastic, and I love the red underneath it. It looks really good for the arc reactor. So good job with that. And then we get two little tiny ones up there. And those are sculpted on because those pieces were on the original Mark III. Some of them are painted on and some of them are already sculpted on there because of the original Mark III. Like those are, and then the ones on the back are as well. Well, on the shoulders on the back. And nice job on the back of the figure. Nice clean paint where the gold meets the black. And that's pretty much the only spot you see the gold on the back of the figure. And that's what I really like, how it's all pretty much black. I think that looks dope. That looks really cool. And I do like the sculpt work on the side of the torso and the paint where the silver is right there and the gold. And then on the lower torso, the midsection, these are two separate pieces, just like with the original Mark III. And then we do get another arc reactor thing on his shoulder pad right here. And I really love how they did the paint. You can see the silver in the center, and then the further it spreads out, it gets heavier with the red paint. So I really think they did a good job with that. And that's painted on, same with the ones on the forearm, and then the one on the handguard right there. Very good job on all four of them. And pretty clean paintwork where the gold meets the black. I do have a little bit of gold paint on the black there, but it's so minor. That's really the only paint issue that I see on this figure. Now for the legs here, good job with the gold on the upper thigh right there where it meets the black. Nice clean paintwork. I mean, the paint is really nice and crisp on this figure. And we do get more of those arc reactor things on his hips there. And those are sculpted on because that was already on the original Mark III. The ones on the calves here are painted on, just like the ones on the arms. And the back there, nice sculpt work all throughout it. And I do like how they sculpted the knee joints, like how they did with the Mark III, of course, because this is the Mark III, and then on the front of the knee joints as well. So good job with that. Then the lower legs here, very clean paintwork where the gold meets the black. Once again, same with on the feet, and the feet are die-cast metal. Very good job with that. And then there's the bottom of them. We get some treads and some peg inserts for the blast effects. But overall, I think they really did an outstanding job with this repaint. The paint was executed very well on this figure, nice and clean all throughout it. And the sculpt I already liked from the original Mark III, so I am very satisfied with the detail on this Age of Heroes Iron Man. But anyway, let's continue on. So real quickly, here is a side-by-side comparison of the regular Mark III and then the Age of Heroes repaint Mark III. And same exact figures, as you can tell. The main difference is just the color scheme. I think they're both great. It's a win-win situation. Just depends which color armor you like more. I do dig the black and gold a lot more than the red and gold, though. I just think it looks dope. and especially how on the Age of Heroes armor, it's pretty much all black in the back. I think that looks cool. But both figures are great. They're the same exact figures, just different color scheme. And I do like how the arc reactor is lit up red. Same with the eyes, instead of like the regular Mark III, which is supposed to light up blue, but it looks clear. But anyway, continuing on. Moving on to the accessories, we get the same stuff that we get with the regular Mark III. So we do get 6 different blast effects. We get a pair for when he's flying for his hands, another pair for when he's flying on his feet, and then we do get the repulsor blast ones. So we do get the flying ones for his hands here. And they're the same ones we get with the Mark III and with most SH Figuarts Iron Man figures. It's a nice yellowy orange translucent plastic. Then they added some darker orange paint around this part and some white as well. But very nice sculpt work around there. Then we do get a peg insert, because you do peg these onto the one hands that have the pegs on them. So we do get those ones. And then we get the larger ones for the feet for when he's flying. And same thing as the other ones that we get with the SH Figuarts Iron Man figures. Nice orangey yellow translucent plastic. Very nice added darker orange paint around this part, and then a little bit of white, and then more white up there. Very nice job on this. Then we do get a peg there, because you do peg it into the bottom of Iron Man's feet. As you can see, the peg insert, you just peg it in like so, and then there you go. That's how you put those on. And then finally, we get the repulsor blast ones. And we do get the orangey yellow translucent plastic, a little bit of darker orange paint there, and then we mostly get white and nice sculpt work around that part. We do get the peg insert, because this one you peg onto the palm of his hand that has the peg. And then there you go. So those are the 6 blast effects we get with this Iron Man. And then we also get 2 interchangeable pieces of his armor from his back. Now the ones right here is for when he's flying. I believe they open up to help him slow down, and then this is when they're closed down. And they're very simple to interchange. The pegs are located at the top here, and I feel like it's much easier if you try to unpeg it pulling from the side of it. As you can see, it came right off. Then you take this one here, line up the peg properly, and then there you go, as simple as that. And I feel like it's a cool little accessory that they do include with this Iron Man. I remember the Mark VI was included with it as well, so we do get those. And then we finally get 8 interchangeable hands. So we do get a pair of fists, of course, which come on the figure out of the packaging, and very nice sculpt work all throughout these. And I really love that they painted the repulsor red on all the interchangeable hands. So very good job with that. And we do get the handguards on the fists here. So every time you interchange the hands, you're going to have to pop the handguards off. So just wiggle them back and forth till they pop off. And I would say pop the new hand on the wrist joint first, and then put the handguard on the new hand there. And it's very simple to pop the handguard on and off, and all the hands are really simple to interchange. So we do get a pair of fists, and then we also get a pair of karate chippity chop chop hands. Very nice sculpt work on these, and very nice paint work on the repulsor there. So good job on the karate chippity chop hands. And then we also get a pair of open resting hands here. Very nice sculpt on them, and nice paint on the repulsor there. So good job with these. And then finally, we get the repulsor blast hands with the pegs on the palm. And very nice sculpt all throughout these as well. But anyway, that is all the accessories included with Iron Man. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now for the height of the Age of Heroes Iron Man, he stands around 6 inches tall. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Tony Stark, the SH Figuarts Mark III, the SH Figuarts Mark 42, and the Comic Cave Studios Mark 38 Igor. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Civil War Captain America, the SH Figuarts Age of Ultron Black Widow, the SH Figuarts Age of Ultron Hawkeye, and the Good Smile Company Figma Avengers Hulk. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Punisher. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review! So now for the articulation, same exact movement as the Mark III, so we do get 2 points at the neck, the upper neck joint. You can get him to look up about that much, which is pretty good. And then he looks down about that much, which is also pretty good. Very nice pivot up there, and then it also swivels the lower neck joint. Very good forward movement, and then goes back about that much. So with both joints, he can look all the way down, and then he looks up a decent amount. We do get some pivot there, and then it also swivels, so very good movement at both those neck joints. And we do get a point of articulation under the chest here, and it does go forward about that much, which is pretty good, and then goes back a really good amount. We do get some pivot there, and then it also swivels. Now for the waist, goes forward that much, and then back about that much. Really no pivot at the waist, and doesn't really swivel either, but with both joints you can get Iron Man to crunch forward that much, and then goes back about that much. Now for the arms here, the shoulder pads are on hinges, so you can hinge them up and down, and the shoulder joints, you can actually pull them out a little bit, and you get a beautiful circular motion out of the arm right there, and I do like that point of articulation. Then the arms go out to the sides about 90 degrees. They do go up and down. We do have the bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that bend in all the way, and then we do have just a ball joint on the wrist, so it can swivel and you can move the hand all around. And then the hand guards, you can hinge this piece up and down as well. So nice movement throughout the entire arm. Now for the legs here, you can shift them down a lot, so you get some really great movement. Try not to let the thigh touch this, because it will scrape on the paint there, so be careful with that. But he can kick forward about 90 degrees, which is pretty good. Goes to the back almost 90 degrees, which is pretty good as well, and then kicks out to the side about 90 degrees. And then we do get swivel at that joint there. Then we do get swivel at the upper thigh there, and it is like on a ball joint, because you can move it forward and back a little bit, and it does pivot as well. Now we do get double jointed knees that bend back all the way, which is really good. And then for the ankles, this piece on the back here can hinge up and down, and then the ankles do swivel. They get hindered a little bit by the armor around the ankles there, but they do go up a tiny bit, and then they do go down a little bit as well. Then we do get some pretty good pivot actually, so not bad with the pivot. Then we do get toe articulation. So overall, we do get some very nice movement with this Age of Heroes Iron Man, and it's the same articulation you got with the regular Mark III, which is some good movement, and you're going to get them in some pretty good Iron Man poses, and I'm about to show you some of them right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the SH Figuarts exclusive Age of Heroes exhibition Iron Man. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure between a 1 through 10, I'd have to give it an even 9. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I got mine from eBay, and that's the only place you can find this Iron Man figure as of right now, because it was an exclusive over in Japan, so it's going to be pretty hard to come by, and it is very expensive as well. And don't forget to check out Agelessgeeks.com. If you do purchase something from that website, don't forget to enter in codename Daredevil to get yourself a 5% off discount. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to So what is going on, everybody? How is everyone doing today? Daredevil 19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Bandai Tamashii Nations SH Figuarts Age of Heroes exhibition Iron Man. So let's get into it right away and start off with the box. So we do get a basic looking style box for this Age of Heroes Iron Man. We do get the window right there in the front of the box, and on the window in black it says Iron Man Mark III Marvel Age of Heroes exhibition color. On the right side we do get a cool image of the Iron Man figure. On the bottom says Marvel, Marvel Iron Man, Tamashii Nations, and Bandai. And then here's the bottom of the box there. Just says the same thing as it does on the front, and then the top is the same thing, and then mine is damaged because I bought it from a crappy seller who doesn't know how to pack items correctly. And then here's the one side of the box, and then the other side with a cool image of the figure there. And then the back of it shows a few poses you can get the figure into, along with some of the accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure open to take a closer look at this badass armored Iron Man. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and I'm digging this repaint a lot. I think Tamashii Nations did an excellent job with it. The gold and black just look great together. And I love the red for the arc reactor and on the eyes and all the small ones all throughout the armor. And this is the Age of Heroes exhibition, the Marvel Now version of Iron Man. And I really loved when he wore this suit. I never read any of the comics when he did wear it, but I remember him seeing like pictures of it and all that stuff. And I really loved the way the gold and the black looked on it with the red for the arc reactor and the eyes and everything. And very clean paintwork on the eyes there, on the red. And also nice paintwork where the gold meets the black. And this is just the Mark III.